Welcome back to the desk. The Pioneers hosted the TCNJ Lions on Sunday for the championship game. Here to recap the championship game and highlight the team's bid to the Division III NCAA Tournament is Kellie Owens, Brian Montiel, JJ Woodards, and Bijan Pulley. Bijan, I'll go right to you out the gate. Break down this championship game for us.
Well, it didn't go the way the Pioneers hoped for, as the Pioneers only scored 55 points compared to TCNJ 78. Pioneers shot 32.1% from field compared to TCNJ 46. Pioneers 31 rebounds. TCNJ got 40. Pioneers 5 steals. TCNJ had 9. They just shot better than them and won in the margins too.
Yeah, it was a heartbreaking loss for the Pioneers on Sunday. But Brian, I'll swing things over to you. What did you notice from the Lions that allowed them to roar to victory in the rec center?
I mean, TCNJ were all gas, no brakes, all energy from the start. I mean, they started off shooting a lot of threes. Their defense was underrated. I feel like we talk about the Pioneers shooting bad, but it was because the TCNJ defense is really good. They went on runs at perfect time. Before halftime, went on a 10-1 run, took the 7-point lead. Starting the third quarter, went on an 8-2 run and ended the game on a 9-0 run to just really just solidify their dub. And I think they just had more intensity and it just felt like they wanted it more throughout the whole game. They never slowed down.
Yeah, the Lions had everything clicking on all cylinders, and then that's what propelled them to get past the Pioneers. JJ, I'll go to you.
I'm going to say the defense. I mean, the Lions' defense was just great. I mean, holding the Pioneers to 55 points. I mean, this Pioneers team can score with the best of them, but TCNJ's defense was really good. I mean, especially the zone defense. That high 2-3 zone they was working with the Pioneers was absolutely giving the Pioneers a bunch of issues. So that was just a great game plan from the TCNJ coaching staff and the TCNJ players. That's the reason why they won, defense. Yeah,
the Lions had everything, working on the defensive end, and they were allowing the Pioneers they weren't allowing the Pioneers to be comfortable on offense, and credit to the Lions for that. Kellie.
Yeah, the Pioneers got really comfortable as the season progressed, going 18-0 in the conference regular season, but there was too many open Lions. I got to be at that game courtside, and there was way too many open Lions. As the Pioneers are on offense, there's at least one Lion in the backfield just for preparation. So, Bijan, I see you looking at me like that, but there was just way too many open Lions.
Yeah. I mean, they weren't playing the coverage well at all, and there was a lot of open women for the Lions. Bijan, I'll go to you.
I'm going to say the Pioneers' offense was just in a rut. In the first quarter, Pioneers shot 111 from the field and 0-4 from 3, and after that, the Pioneers just never recovered. That's also, as Brian and JJ mentioned, their defense was incredible. And there was also open looks the Pioneers just missed, but the offense was in a rut. And even in the third quarter, when they started making some shots that only lasted for a few minutes, they just got in a rut and never came out of it. And Pioneers had to work so hard to score, while in TCNJ, in contrast, their looks was just way much easier.
Yeah, like I said, the offense was just not comfortable on Sunday. JJ, I'll go to you. What could the Pioneers have done differently to spark a comeback in this one?
I thought the Pioneers could have pressed more. I mean, something that we've seen this Pioneers team do this whole year was press, especially that third quarter press. We didn't see it a lot in the NJAC tournament. I mean, starting game, we didn't really see it, and that TCNJ game, we didn't see it. We seen it a little bit in the third quarter, but the game was kind of already past then. So I feel like in the NJAC tournament, this team really should have pressed more, and I think that's what they're kind of going to regret looking back on it.
Kellie?
I'd say be more aggressive on defense. There was a lot of fouls that were very questionable at that matchup, but they just were not playing the aggressive defense that the Pioneers are used to playing. They are way too aggressive all season long, and it was always working out in their favor, but unfortunately for this matchup, it just was not going in their favor. As if they tried to be aggressive, they were just immediately getting fouled on calls that weren't even fouls, in my opinion. But yeah, they just had to be a little bit more aggressive on the defensive side.
Bijan, tough night all around for the Pioneers. What could they have done differently?
Well, like Kellie, I'm going to stick with the defense. The Pioneers, they had to get back faster in transition. Their defense as a whole was below their standard on Sunday, but especially their transition defense. They gave up a lot of easy shots in the rim, and even when they did, someone tried to slide over and stop someone getting from the rim. They gave up an easy shot from deep as a result. TCNJ had a harder time against scoring the Pioneers when they were able to set up their half-court defense, even though the scoreboard might say otherwise. But TCNJ wasn't getting as many open looks, but the Pioneers just didn't get back fast enough with transition. Too many easy opportunities. TCNJ was able to capitalize.
Something else to point out, I mean, the Pioneers let up 78 points. That's the most points they let up all year.
Yes.
So, like you said, the defense wasn't there yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, on Friday.
Brian, I'll go to you.
I mean, I feel like the Pioneers didn't shoot enough quality looks. I feel like they rushed into a lot of shots. That's a credit to TCNJ's defense. I feel like, they couldn't get into, like, Renee Wells into a mid-range post touch. We didn't see that pretty much at all in this game. They forced a lot of bad shots and even, like, not taking good shots off a catch and shoot or maybe pump faking too much, thinking about it too long. I feel like the Pioneers just didn't find the quality shots and forced a lot of just bad ones.
Yeah, they weren't letting them in the middle at all.
No, especially with that zone. They couldn't break down
Yeah,
that zone.
exactly.
As the Pioneers finished up at the Rec Center on Sunday, the Lady Pioneers had a beautiful season, and Kellie, I'll go to you. Who do you think the MVP was at the Rec Center this season?
I got to go with junior Maniscalco. She had 215 points this season. She had 12 recording on Sunday with 70 assists and 83 rebounds, 43 steals. She's just a key factor on this team. She is just always full of light and energy on the court, especially during the TCNJ Championship game. She was still full of light no matter how many points they were down by. And all I got to say for this NCAA tournament coming up, that girl better work.
Yeah, Bijan, we got Maniscalco. Who do you want to highlight today?
I mean, I got to go with the best player on the team, Renee Wells. I mean, she's just gotten better each season. As a freshman,
Who else?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it was kind of an easy answer, kind of layup. But as a freshman, Renee averaged 11.3 points a game and won NJAC Rookie of the Year. As a sophomore, she took that up a notch, averaged 13.3 points, and was an all-NJAC honorable mention. And as a junior, she averaged 13.7 points per game, and again, was an all-NJAC honorable mention. And this season, as a senior, she averaged the second most points in the NJAC with 17.2 points a game, shot a career high from the field at 40.3%, won all-NJAC first team, and the cherry on top, she was the NJAC Player of the Year. She just got better each season despite having more defensive attention on her. That's a credit to Renee, and she better put in that work today.
1,000 points as a junior, too.
Yeah.
I mean, she just capped it off with a terrific senior season, to say the least. Brian, I'll go to you.
Hey, man, I got to go with DPOY, Jada Jacobs. I mean, she really led this team in defense all the way through. This team's identity is defense, and she was the leader of that. Was number one in steals with 93 steals, almost close to 100 steals, averaged 3.4 steals a game. That's 24 more steals from second. I mean, she almost had a 100 steal season, which is insane. And, I mean, she can guard any position on the court. She was a big part of that press, anticipating steals off that press. And she had a triple-double with steals, which was one of the best performances I've seen with my two eyes. So she had a great season, and, yeah, shout out her.
Only player in the NJAC to record that.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. Like, triple-double steals, that's rare.
JJ, we got one veteran left on the board here, and we're going to talk about Patty Walsh, so bring us through it.
Yeah, we're going to definitely talk about Patty Walsh. I mean, the back line of the defense, I mean, she led the NJAC in blocks with 2, averaged over 10 points per game, and averaged over 6 rebounds per game. So she's that rebounding force for the Pioneers. Like I said, she's a defense of the back line. Jada Jacobs does the perimeter defense, but then you just let her go to the paint, and Patty Walsh will block it. So Patty Walsh is really she's really good for this Pioneers team, and she leads them in the back line of defense.
Yeah, although the Pioneers are done at the Rec Center, there is still more ball to be played. They received a bid to the Division III NCAA Tournament starting this weekend. Kellie, take us through who they'll be matched up against.
They'll be matched up against Baldwin Wallace, Yellow Jackets. Their scoring margin, Pioneers just scored a little bit over 20 to the Yellow Jackets 17. And the field goal percentage for the Pioneers, 398. And for the Yellow Jackets, just above 400. Rebounds per game for the Pioneers, you got to go almost 43 points. And for the Yellow Jackets, nearly 42, and turnovers per game for the Pioneers, almost 14, and Yellow Jackets, 15.4. You can listen to Matt Goldman, Daniel Karp, and Lamont Hampton down at John Hopkins on 88.7 Brave New Radio, or you can stream it at gobrave.org at 5 p.m. tonight.
Yeah, Bijan, I'll go to you. What do the Pioneers need to do in this first matchup to make sure they get a second round or a second game?
What the Pioneers need to do is they need to contain at the point of attack. Baldwin Wallace is great at getting 2 feet in the paint and forcing the defense to get in the blender. The Pioneers need to contain the Yellow Jackets dribble penetration, but they also can't sag into the key too much, as Baldwin Wallace has a multitude of three-point shooters who will make you pay. Case Baylog shooting 36.7% from free on a team-high 4 attempts a night. Their leading scorer, Leah O'Reilly, who averages 9.8 points per game, is shooting 38.7% from free on 3.9 attempts a game. Taylor Bass, 38% on triples on 2.6 attempts a night. Ava Wilkerson, shooting 34% on 3.6 attempts from three-point land. And Laura McCoy, shooting 30.4% on 3 attempts a night. LC Champagne on triples, shooting 33% on 2 attempts a night. if you sag off in the paint too much and leave one of those shooters open, they will make you pay. Pioneers contain the point of attack, but also don't sag into the key too much, because this game, if you leave them open, they can fall behind in a hurry.
Ryan, what's the game plan for the Pioneers?
I said we gotta bring the defensive intensity back. I feel like go back to the bread and butter. The press was a huge reason why the team's defense was so elite this year, and I think they have to go back to that. Also, the defense leads the way to great scoring performances. So if they're gonna win this game, it has to start from the defense, and the offense will come with that.
Yeah, the Pioneers played outstanding defense all season long, so if they can continue that in this game, they got no problem winning this one. JJ?
I'm going to go with a bit of a simple answer, Coop, and it's just take the open shot. I mean, just take the open shot. I mean, a lot of times on Sunday against TCNJ, we seen this Pioneers team not take the open shot, and it was kind of surprising because they had open three-point shots, they wouldn't take it, and then they would pass it up for a bad shot. So today, just take the open shot. The open shot is the best shot. So they just got to take the open shot, and hopefully they knock it down, and hopefully they win.
Yeah, that's as simple as it gets. You know, when it's there, it's there. You know, take it. Kellie, I'll finish it off with you.
I'm going to go back to what Brian and JJ were saying before. Press early. We did not see a bunch of press in this NJAC Championship game against the Lions. And when we spoke to Renee back in January about the spark that this press gives the Pioneers, she said that Luna Kirby, Jay Jacobs, and even Maddie Chiara are just really amazing at frazzling their opponents with that press. So even though we didn't see it much in the championship game, they have to incorporate that into this NCAA tournament, whether it is in the third quarter or even straight off the bat. That they just need to press earlier.
Yeah, we wish the Pioneers luck this weekend in the tournament. That's all we have for the Pioneers women's basketball today. Let's throw it over. Let's throw our first pitch to Matthew Jinks and the baseball and softball crew next on WPTV.